Hello all, welcome to Cyber Patrol YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to explain how to exploit SMB Samba exploit to gain root access, shell access to a vulnerable Windows VM. This vulnerable VM is known as Blue, and this is a EC category VM. So this VM is available in the TryHackMe platform, and the room name is Blue. And it also has a walkthrough video, very informative, and you can use that one. Also, I have already resolved this TryHackMe room by exploiting this VM using the Metasploit framework. So I'm not going to walk through this TryHackMe Blue room. If you don't have access to this TryHackMe, you can also download this the OVA file of this VM from this website. Actually, this VM was created by DocSec. He has other VMs as well. Very informative site. You can have a look at this, and you can download this VM to set up the local lab. Okay, now let me go to my local VMware workstation and test lab setup. So I have two VMs running at the moment. One is my Kali Linux VM, that is my attack box, and I have the Blue VM up and running. This is going to be the victim. As you see, this victim VM is running Windows 7 Ultimate operating system. Okay, now let me log into my Kali Linux. So I need two VMs are running. Let me check the IP address of my Kali Linux. So my local LAN IP range is 192.168.175.0/24. So let me quickly run a nmap scan to discover the live host so that I can identify the IP address of the Blue VM. So I'm running nmap-sn 192.168.175.0/24. This -sn flag will help to discover live scores. It will search the entire network without doing a detailed port scan. So this scan will be very quicker, so it will be easy, and it will be a best option to just to discover the live host in a local network. Okay, as you see, there are 4 hosts at the moment up. .1 and .2 are my router and other local devices, not in the scope of this video, and also 1.141 is my Kali Linux VM. So the IP address of my Blue VM is 192.168.175.143. So now we have the IP address of the VM. Let us quickly launch a detailed nmap scan. So I'm going to run a nmap scan with the service detection, and also to include all ports, and also I'm going to ask the nmap to include the vulnerability scripts. I want to save the output, the scan output, to a blue.nmap file, and the IP address of the target is 192.168.175.143. Yes, I'm going to run all port scan. This is going to take quite some time to complete. In the meantime, I have already executed this scan, and I have the output, the nmap scan output here. Let me go to a full screen mode. So what are the interesting findings from the nmap scan results? So we already know that the this machine is running a Windows 7 Ultimate Edition, and this machine is also running a SMB Samba service on TCP port 445. And we already executed this the vulnerability scripts, and the finding from those scans, yeah, this machine is vulnerable to MS17-010 vulnerability, that is remote code execution vulnerability in Microsoft Samba version 1 servers, SMB version 1 servers. This vulnerability is also known as Eternal Blue. This vulnerability was originally created by NSA, National Security Agency, and later it was leaked by APT, and it was disclosed to Microsoft. So Microsoft released a patch, but in the wild you can still see this vulnerability available. The CVE reference for this is CVE 2017 0143. If you do a Google search, you can find more information from several websites including Rapid7. Here I am displaying the information which I got from the Microsoft Security Bulletin. So this vulnerability is a critical one. The publication date is March 14, 2017. So this is a vulnerability we identified in our Nmap scan. It is CVE 2017-0143, and these are the Windows OS family that are all vulnerable for this vulnerability. And our target victim is running Windows 7 x64, the Ultimate Edition. So it is also vulnerable, critical for remote code execution. So with this information, now we know that this particular VM is vulnerable to this Eternal Blue vulnerability. So now let's quickly launch the Meterpreter. So you can see now the Nmap scan is also already completed. You can see it is also same like my other output. You can see it is vulnerable to MS17-010 vulnerability, and also it is running 445. This is the interesting service for our exploitation. Okay, now let me quickly launch a new tab, and I will say MSF console. Oh, sorry, I misspelled it. CONSVRA. In the meantime, if you want to know further information about this MS, this one means you can go to this avast.com website. That will give you a information about the history of this vulnerability. So you can see here how was Eternal Blue developed. So this is part of the dangerous NSA hacking tools leaked by a notorious group called Shadow Brokers IPT. They disclosed this. So according to the statements made by Microsoft, Eternal Blue was developed by United States National Security Agency as part of their control cell program of stockpiling and weaponizing cybersecurity vulnerabilities. And blah blah blah. If you can go through this website if you are interested to know more about this vulnerability, the history, and who created this, and how it got leaked out in the wild. Yeah, as per this Avast website, it claims that NSA itself became a victim of this vulnerability. Okay, now we have our Metasploit console launched, so I'm going to do a search for this Eternal Blue vulnerability to see if there is an exploit already available. Yes, we have an exploit already available. Yep, it is here, Eternal Blue SMB remote Windows kernel pool corruption. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself to use this, yes, it is going to use the default reverse underscore TCP payload because we have not specified any payload for this exploit. And then what are the options available? Show options. Okay, what are the things we need to define here is, okay, the remote port is 445. Yes, that is correct. We don't need to do anything for that. And the remote host, our host, we need to define, we need to specify our target's IP address. And okay, this is our Kali Linux IP address. Fine, there is IP address of the correct interface .141, and it will open up the listener on port 4444. That is also fine for me. If you want to change it to a different port, you feel free to use set L port to a different port. So now I am going to set the R host. It is going to be 192.168.175.143. Now if I run the show options again, yes, all set. So I can simply run this exploit by running run. Yes, it started a reverse TCP handler on the port, and it is sending the payload. Yeah, target selected valid for okay. Yeah, we got the meterpreter cell access to the target machine. So we are in the root folder. Okay, so I will just navigate one level up. We'll go one more level also. I think we are in the C drive Windows folder now. So now what is it? Yes, now we are in the well, yes, we have this access to that. Yeah. Yep, you can see we have the root or administrator access to this. We can run any privileged commands. We have full access to this VM. So let me navigate to the search folder. Okay, let me go to the CD user. Okay, this VM I have downloaded from this from the website, not from the TryHackMe platform. So the flag files are not available in this VM. But if you do this exercise in the TryHackMe platform, you can find 3 flags inside this VM. One is under the the root folder, and another one, the user. There is one user. Additionally, in addition to the user accounts displayed here, you have one more named user account. If you go to the desktop, you can find one flag, and another one is under another C, the root folder. It is not under the root; it is under a different folder. Let me see if I can. Is there any flags? Yep, it has no flags. But that is all. But now you can see that if you run this get UID, you can see you are running as NT authority system. That means you have full administrator access to this VM, so there is no problem for you to navigate to any folders and create upload files. Yeah, that's it. This is as I mentioned earlier, this is a easy VM. So we just exploit one vulnerability, MS17010, to gain root access or full admin access to that Windows VM. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.